Hey, folks, just a friendly reminder that all shows on the Madness Comic Network are produced by their individual hosts and in no way reflect the opinions of the network as a whole. The statements in the following broadcast are not necessarily the opinions of the Madness Comic Network, its staff, sponsors, or contributors. This show is rated TVMA, as are all of them and all those other letters. Viewer discretion is highly advised. And, just do what Doc says. Read that again. Peace, everybody.
Do you have my espresso bean?
How'd you get out of prison?
Good lawyer. Enough, Doc. Where's my bean?
I don't have it.
Jimmy's been kidnapped. Help me, and I'll do anything.
What's in it for me?
Information about your mother.
Detective Mickey Potatoes is back, and this time the stakes are higher than ever. A priceless espresso bean is missing and a life is on the line. Join Mickey in an all-ages noir adventure packed with comedy, suspense, and heart. Support Detective Potatoes, Lord of the Bean on Kickstarter, and unlock exclusive rewards. Books, poker chips, minifigures, and more. Back the campaign today and help bring this thrilling mystery to life. Support independent storytelling. Support Detective Potatoes.
Welcome to another episode of Geek-men and the Masters of the Thunder Nerds. I am Dustin.
And I am Zombie.
That's right. And returning with us, one second here, we have backstage, Bruce Q. Wayne. Say hello.
Oh, he's muted.
Yeah.
Mute gate one more time. What's up, guys?
How's it going?
Bruce, welcome back.
Thank you, Zombie. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Oh, man. So what's been going on with everybody?
Yeah, work. Pretty much work. I got to sneak out a little bit and picked up a couple of things I shouldn't have, but I did. I don't know if you guys are. I don't know what your plans are to show off or what tonight. What the conversation's going to be about, but I did something really stupid, and I swore I wouldn't buy anymore, but I picked up like another half a dozen pop vinyls. Fucking killing me.
Oh boy.
Ridiculous.
We'll get into what's in the box here in a minute. Let's welcome our audience here. We're streaming on a new platform, Pill.
Yes,
so
right.
Everybody joining us tonight for the first time on that network, thank you for joining. Thanks for giving us a shot. And not to leave anybody else out. All the other gals out there in streaming land that's come back. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
We may not be the best, but we're not the worst.
Yeah, we call ourselves the Bad Batch of podcasts because we're not the best, but we're defective, but we're effective ultimately.
That's right.
It's like that's what we are.
But effective. So I guess let's go right into it. Let's go. What's in the box?
What'd you get?
Dustin? Did you get anything?
I did. Well, I opened something that I haven't opened previously, and that is Demistros.
Oh,
Nice.
Doom. So immediately I swapped the head because I mean, while the other head is cool, I really like this head, the features and all that. It's just, dude, it looks so sick.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it.
Talking more figures. Awesome. Slasher Splitter. Yeah. Sorry. Don't have my glasses on.
Yeah. Slasher McSplitter.
Thanks for joining, Slasher.
Yeah.
There you go. McSplitter. Yeah. That's what it was.
And you got something too, didn't you?
I did, but I'm gonna hold off on mine. I'll go last since it's gonna kind of lead into conversation.
That's fair enough. Fair enough.
So, Bruce, show us what you got. Let's see what you regret picking up.
So I'm wearing the shirt tonight, right? I'm a big Deadpool fan. I've always been a Deadpool fan, but I've always been a Wolverine fan before Deadpool because, of course, as we all know, Deadpool was just a spoof that Rob Liefeld did on Deathstroke, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we know that history. So I went out of my way because I happened to be at Target and I had to pick some stuff up for my girlfriend. And while I was there, I found they just got in a set of the Deadpool pop vinyls from the movie. So
nice.
This one comes with Headpool.
Yeah.
So it's Deadpool in his little, cheeky pose. And then I had to get the companion Wolverine piece, right?
You have to.
You have to. You just have to. And then, of course, the one I was really looking for was Kidpool.
Oh, so nice.
I got Kidpool. There is another Wolverine in the assortment, and that one comes with, let's see here if I can get it, Baby Pool. So you can see Baby Pool in there. So this one's got his hands crossed in front of him, his fists hanging out. And it shows 4 different ones on the back of the box, right? It shows all the different ones that are there. So, of course, Dogpool wasn't there, but I'd already picked up Dogpool because I was crazy enough. Everything's falling down, damn it. I have everything propped up on the wall behind me. But I picked up Dogpool like early on.
Classic.
Like the first day the movie came out, I was already on the internet looking for these things because I'm a pop head. I love the pop vinyls. I have like stupid amounts of pop vinyls, and I shouldn't. But if you look behind me on the wall, those are pop vinyls. And I mean, I could scan the wall. I'll blow your mind. I've got stuff there that's probably worth a small fortune just because they're my favorites, stuff I grew up with. Because you got to remember, I may not look it, but I'm 60 years old, same age as Pops. So, but I picked up a few more that I just couldn't afford not to. You guys remember these?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so
that's cool.
Streaks was the only one that I saw out there, and I have the original one. And I also have the dogs that they came out with, and the dogs, the Street Sharks companions were the dogs. The same company put them out.
Yeah.
But I have those somewhere in a box. I wish I could find those because each one of those figures is worth literally $1,000 a piece. If you have them loose, if you have them in the box, they're worth almost $1,500 to $1,800. It's insane.
Wow.
Blew me away. But what was really wild was I'm also an old wrestling fan, and so I had to get my one favorite, my all-time favorite, of course, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Right? So he was my all-time favorite. And then I found this one, and this may sound horrible, but I used it to scan all the other ones. So I got each one of these for a retail price of $4.98. I just kept scanning this one as I was going through, like self-serve, and I scanned this one 6 times, and I got all of them for $4.98.
Wait a minute. How many stickers are on there? How many times that thing get marked down, man? 1, 2, 3. It was on its 4th markdown, bro.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was on its 4th markdown, and $4.49, not even $4.98, $4.49. So I got all of these over here for $4.49. Just kept scanning this one on the bottom, then picked one out of the cart and dropped it in the bag. Next one out of the bag. Next one out of the bag. So I was bad that way, but I had to have them. And at less than $5 a piece, how did you go wrong?
It adds up, but yeah, I hear you.
They're $11 to $15 a piece wherever you go.
Yeah.
So I'll take $5 a piece. I'm not gonna bitch. Was that wrong of me to do? It was Target.
Yeah, I doubt that. But anyway, so yeah, Pop said, or Cosmic said that that's your opening line. Yeah, you're muted.
Yeah. Hey, Cosmic. And
what's up, Cos, brother?
Lori.
Yeah, Lori.
Hey, how you
up
doing?
Late? I bet you're doing something with those little coin things that you were teasing earlier. I want one.
Well, sadly, the Pops are not cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are not cheap.
They aren't.
That's something I never really
She
got
has
into collecting.
her own on her campaign for her characters from her series. And
oh yeah,
you're not getting them for $5, bro.
Yeah, I've got some. Look, I cannot tell a lie. I paid some hefty dollars for some of the ones behind me. I mean, I've got an HR Puffin stuff that is probably worth $100 right now, and I paid a little less than half that because that's what I grew up with. I mean, Funko Pops, man. I met the owner, Brian. I can't remember his last name, Papadia or something, but the original owner of Funko Pops, when he first started out, he was working out of California. He was working out of a warehouse. He was doing work with the Chinese manufacturing companies, and he was putting things out that nobody could get licenses to. It's amazing. They've got more licenses than Mego Toys was able to get their hands on back in the day when Marty Abrams was actually doing Disney, Marvel, DC. He threw them all in there. What did I miss what that was? HR Puffin stuff?
She was asking if any of these kids know what that is. I do.
Yeah, I don't know either, but I'm saying, yeah, okay. I'm nodding in the
Yeah.
I'm sure it's out there.
I may not be old enough to have watched it, or it might not have been on my radar to watch it, but if it's got a toy connected to it, I know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just looking back at them right now, and I'm just trying to see what I have, and I've got some crazy ones. I've got Stranger in a Strange Land. I was a big Iron Maiden guy back in high school. I followed Iron Maiden really well, and so Stranger in a Strange Land, they did a back cover art or inside cover art on the album of Eddie, the zombie character that's the mascot of Iron Maiden, and they did him in almost like a not Dirty Harry, it's a Man with No Name, Clint Eastwood style, with the hat and the trench coat. And when talking with some friends of mine, they said that that's kind of what they were going for in terms of the style. So I have one of them back there, and that was a limited one out of every. Yeah, there you go. Somebody's got that up there. That must have been Pops throwing that up there.
Yeah,
that was one of the covers from our anthology. Right
there you go.
The Cromniverse. The Cromniverse.
The Cromniverse, yeah. So it's like a knockoff on Eddie, and so I have the one that's like one out of every 10 is what they did. It was a limited edition, one of every 10. Stuff the Bowl. I got a new.
Give it a puff.
Actually, I got a new toy too that to smoke out of. It's it's a vaporizing pipe.
Oh, okay.
So you pack the inside the stem. with the flower in here, and this is actually the battery. Wait, I keep forgetting I'm reversed. So this is the battery here, and then it's got a digital screen. So when you hit it 5 times, it comes on. So this is the new Cypher Nautilus pipe, and it starts at a 5-minute countdown. I have it set to 425 degrees, and so as soon as it gets to be about a minute in, I'm going to hit this thing, and it vaporizes the flower inside the chamber. So, I'll be hitting this later.
Oh,
thank you.
Don't
There's a problem with
started on that part of his collection. I can dig
anyway. So you were going to go last, Zombie. What do you got today?
So my one and only get for the week is last week. If you didn't watch the show, whatever, I did kind of call that there was going to be a Figura Obscura release from the Four Horsemen, and I pulled some strings. I got one. I actually got it pretty quick. So it beat that hurricane that was coming down the or going up the East Coast. Amazingly, it beat it. So here it is. This is the Frankenstein's creature Figura Obscura.
Nice.
And if you
I heard you talking about it earlier before you went live. I was in the waiting room and I could hear you guys talking, and you said some nasty things about me. I'm really not happy about that. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
But no, it's a really great figure. This year, that was the box.
Nice.
I don't know if I showed that last week or week before or whatever.
Is that
these always come. It's so you
I absolutely love that.
You got the artwork of Frankenstein's workshop, and then this box is just covered in little sketches. There's a little skeleton there, and just all kinds of little like notes.
The brain, like Dr. Frankenstein's notebook.
Right. And these were all hand drawn by Nate Barch, who is the official artist for the Four Horsemen and all the good stuff that they make. And he did all the art that you see on the back of the box, the front. I have to thank Trevor 16 Shooter for this, because we did a trade. I sent him one of my customs, and he bought the Figura Obscura figure and had it shipped directly to me. So awesome. This thing comes with a ton of stuff. Trevor 16 Shooter is their official photographer too. So but just some of the things that this thing comes with, I want to start with this. This was the piece that I teased last week for sure, was the head. This is the first time that we've gotten this head that came with the character called Hagnon for Mythic Legions. And I'd noticed that the skin tone on the Frankenstein's creature was a yellowish color. And that got me thinking, a use for this head, they did a Skeleton Legion Builder figure, which is this, and it's very close in color. So I'm excited that, because the other Hagnons they've done were glow in the dark, and this is the first time that we're actually getting like a fleshed out Hagnon. So you just pop that head off and then put that one on, and there you go. It's so awesome.
That's cool.
I asked them if this was on purpose, like a couple of the guys that work for Four Horsemen, and they were like, well, I went through a few different iterations, but it's kind of, we got it close enough that it'll work on its own. Yeah. So I'm happy about that. That makes me really happy.
Heck yeah.
Some of the other accessories, it comes with these really cool, like, specimen jar type things, and they all open. But the second size down, you could put one of the skulls. It comes with that skull. There is the smallest one. It comes with a skeletal hand.
Oh,
that's really cool. It comes with these.
Give a shout out to Sword of Michael in the Pilled chat saying hi.
Yo, Sword of Michael, good to see you, brother. Thank you for stopping in, brother. That's one of my friends. Very cool.
So it comes with the little books. These don't open, so they're just static pieces. And these were actually originally from the Jacob Marley figure Obscura that they did last Christmas. So they're just reused, repainted. Then some of the things that go to Frankenstein's creature themselves is I want to show these feet.
What are the feet for exactly?
These feet, like there's a couple of different looks you can achieve for the creature, but I want to show it. Like you'd think, okay, they're just feet or whatever, but this one that's got all those stitching on it, like on the bottom, like you can see like there's some stitches that were ripped out. Like that's a little bit of detail that you wouldn't expect to be there
on the bottom of a foot.
Right. So, but no, I love that. So, and then he comes with a couple of alternate hands, some gripping hands here.
Yeah.
And then
that's a four horseman. That's a four horseman production, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They do not skimp on details. That's one thing I love about the Four Horsemen. You know, even back in the day when they were with McFarlane, you know, early on when they were first getting started and they did all the mini diorama figures, you know, I love that stuff.
So the heads, they pop off super easy and go on. So if you don't want them with the long hair type of look, you can take one of the alternate heads here and it just pops on. There you go. So
and the vest and his jacket comes off.
Yep. This is such a great sculpted piece too. Let me manipulate him here to get that.
I will say my only gripe is that they didn't actually make it soft goods. That was a surprise for me.
So that was one of the things that we were talking about. Like this was not. It's soft plastic.
Yeah.
But you know. I think I get why they didn't go with soft goods for this because there's so many different textures on it, like just from all the stitching and everything on the back. Yeah. But then the biggest thing I think would be these buckles to do them in actual metal or whatever might have run up the cost. And of course, you know, you've got the fur, that's another texture combined with all that other stuff going on. But
that's wild.
I can kind of sort of forgive that, but this has got so many uses for, like, if you do the pop and swap thing with their figures, you can use this if you've got a custom or whatever. I've seen a couple of people use it for like pirate type of.
That would be a good jacket for our figure that we made.
It might be
the vampire one.
Might be a little big because while this figure is a 1.0 size figure.
Yeah, he does have.
He's stretched out, so he's kind of tall. But the feet, if you don't like the shoes, you can pop these off. They just pop right off, just like the head. You can put the bare feet. The pants are soft goods, so and it's Velcroed. This little tie, you could just undo it, and there's a piece of Velcro right here, and you can take that off. And
is he wearing a diaper?
No, but
he's got the bandage.
He's got these wraps that you can pop him apart at the waist and slide this over the waist area and then pop him back together.
The pelvic unit.
And we'll actually, Dustin, if you want to pull up some of those pictures here in a second, let me show the last few pieces that this figure comes with, which are really great diorama pieces if you're into like background things. So this is you can
the table, the operating table. Look at that.
Right.
I want that.
This moves. You can
nice.
You can elevate it like all the way. And he's you can really strap him into this thing.
I just picture myself putting Darth Vader in there. And then
so he came with this, and there's one more thing that he came with. There is like a side table.
Yeah.
With all the tools, but for Doc Frankenstein.
Yeah. So I mean, and these aren't connected. These are separate pieces or whatever. You've got like this little, it's like a little generator here, and it's got a wire that you can run through these, they're like Leyden jars or whatever. Yeah. And you can hook it all up to the, oh crap, what is it?
Transistor?
Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, the crank doesn't turn on the generator. So it's a static piece, which I thought, it's not that big a deal. It's not a deal breaker. It's a great looking piece though.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a ton of stuff that this guy comes with. If you're into the like diorama building or whatever, like Dustin,
Right.
you've got that Joker that you want all those pieces for. But yeah, if you want to pull up that Figura Obscura page, we can. I don't want to mess with this too much because I had him like I like him.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to put him
Share
back.
Share screen.
But there's a couple of different looks that you can achieve with all of these different parts and taking the soft goods pants off of him and all of that.
That's awesome. Like I said, the Four Horsemen don't spare any expense when it comes to details.
Oh, no.
They just go all in.
And this was a $70 figure.
So I was going to ask you what the price point was. 70. Wow.
70 plus, taxes and shipping and all that. But they have a flat rate shipping of just $10 that you can go with. So it's not that bad depending on, where you are. I mean, of course, they do ship international. But yeah, there's the other look that you can achieve with the waist wraps that I told you about, and you can, and then there was like that, you're going too quick.
I know, I'm trying to go back.
I can't keep up with you. Yeah, there's the loadout of everything that he comes with. That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I just love that table.
Pops just said he can't wait to put that into his granddaughter's Barbie beach house.
Right.
Barbie's into some freaky stuff.
Well, he's going to turn Barbie into the Frankenstein's bride.
There you
go. I mean, hey, you can do it. Yeah, there he is strapped into that operating table. Oh yeah, I didn't mention like the chains that you see in that picture.
Yeah,
like the shackles, the hand pops out so you can remove those. And he does come with a second set for his ankles, which you can kind of see in that picture. Pull that back up, Dustin. That picture where he's on the operating table strapped in. If you look down around the ankles, there's actually loops on the operating table that you can feed those chains through. You just kind of rest them in there so they don't like snap in or anything like that.
Okay,
but that's how they did those. Again, these pictures were taken by Trevor Williams. You might know him online if you follow him as 1/6 Shooter.
Yeah.
Again, I thank him profusely for doing the trade with me. I sent him I should have saved a picture of that thing so I could pull it up on screen. It was an Undead Templar Mythic Legions figure that I had done. So that's what we traded for.
Nice.
Toyomics was just saying out there, Toyomics Design, the accessories look great.
Yeah, they're phenomenal. They always load out the Figura Obscura stuff with just a ton of stuff. Like last year's Jacob Marley, he had a safe and it had a secret head inside. They were telling people, hey, don't spoil the surprise. Wait for enough people to get them, and then everybody can start posting or whatever. But
that's funny.
It was like a very inspired version of like the Man in the Iron Mask type of thing. It had a skull face on it, but it was very much an iron type of helmet. They usually do that with their Christmas releases. Some people get confused with the Figura Obscura stuff. Like, well, what was the secret surprise with this one? Well, there wasn't really a secret surprise with it, but they really didn't come out and say, oh, hey, this Hagnon head will match perfectly with the Deluxe Skeleton Legion builder. So that's kind of a surprise. When I messaged one of the guys, he just came back and said, you win. I said, what does that mean? What do you mean I win? And he said, I haven't seen anybody post that yet. I said, oh, no, somebody else beat me to it. That was the first thought that I had when I saw that head. When they said, hey, you can buy this, I was like, oh, please let that match, please. And it does.
Yeah. Okay. So Dr. Mindbender, G.I. Joe. So yeah, I totally get that. I can totally see that. I mean, I was thinking like, there's so many things that you can do with that table, especially, but I was thinking like Darth Vader rise, and stuff like that. But Dr. Mindbender is a perfect example of how that would be cool in accessory land.
Now I go right to Batman, and you've got what's his name, the psychologist, the bald headed guy with the glasses,
Hugo Strange.
Hugo Strange, right? So I've got him in my head with Batman on the table and him trying to pull off Batman's mask,
Yeah.
or the Joker on the table with Doctor Strange hanging out over him.
Yeah,
wow.
It would scale well. The table. Let me get my tape measure here. That exam table, Dustin. I want you to pull that picture back up where he's strapped to the table, because I wanna draw attention to something else. So the table itself is.
Let me get back there.
6 3/4 inches. So that's how long the table itself is. So it would
almost 7 inches.
Yeah, almost 7 inches.
Where is the?
It might be it's further down. It's like one of the last pictures. I wanted to point out another accessory that So if you look to the right, between the skeleton and the head in the jar, you'll see a grandfather clock, and that grandfather clock came with last year's October release, Mask of the Red Death. So even here, you're seeing reuse of another Figura Obscura accessory. But not only that, he's actually got that Skeleton Legion Builder version 2 hanging in the background, like it's one of those you would see in a doctor's office or whatever. So using that whole figure as a background accessory there.
I love it.
That's great.
Wow. Really did a nice job on that. They just go out of their way.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lori's out there. Okay, heading to bed. Good night, hon.
Good night, Lori. So if you like this figure, if you've liked what you've seen, or you're interested in it, I think right now they're still up on Store Horseman. StoreHorseman.com. And you click on their in-stock stuff, and you'll see what they have available. I believe this figure set is still available. They put it up Friday for people that missed out on it last week, which they don't always do. They don't always do that, but they did this time because enough people said, "Hey, my payday's next Friday. Actually, can you put it back? It is. So have a shot." So. Yeah, so the site is Store Horseman, one word, storehorseman.com. So you go there, you click on in stock, and this guy's still available to pick up. So you're not too late to get it.
Yep,
Look, I think Bruce has gone to order one. Did you go to order one, Bruce?
I'm looking to see I'm a big werewolf fan. I don't know if you guys ever saw this one. The Noble Collections Universal Monsters. This is my werewolf that I got from one of the toy shows that I'd went to, and they have a stand that comes with it. But this guy bends, so you can bend his arms up, you can bend his legs, you can put him into a haunched position. But it's Noble Collectibles, and they have their own website. You can get them from there as well. But being that it was Halloween, and you got your Frankenstein figure, I just had to reach out and grab this one off my desk because I have it over there behind me when you were talking about the Frankenstein earlier. Reading the book before you started dissing me.
I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, he's just giving.
No, I'm busting your chops. I'm busting your chops, zombie.
Hey, I say a lot of shit, so I don't know.
Yeah, all I heard Dustin say was, "I don't know." He said he was coming.
Oh.
Oh no, I said I wasn't sure if he was coming to Pops, about Pops.
Oh, okay. I'm busting chops, bro. Don't take it personal. I'm always trolling, but it won't let me in. A Bitdefender blocked me out of their website, damn it.
Oh.
Do not tell Karen you like werewolves. Fair warning. Okay.
Oh.
No.
Does she carry? Okay. Oh, she just said she's heading to bed.
Lori is Karen. Don't forget.
I know.
Lori is Karen. Lori likes werewolves. Oh.
Oh boy.
She'll have you on her show and be roasting you in no time. Do not tempt the Karen.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know. It's a bad thing, kind of. You don't want to be on Karen's bad side.
She doesn't like werewolves, or she does? Well, I missed something here.
I did too.
Loves werewolves.
Oh, okay.
She's just not a fan of writers and comic creators, and you know what I mean.
Okay.
But if you fit into her little square peg, then she loves you.
Okay.
But it's really hard to, she's definitely hard to fit into her square peg.
I was gonna say back in
Zombie. I'm going to assume you have not seen the Killer Karen show yet.
No,
I don't think he's had time to even think about looking at a show, another show besides ours.
They're little half-hour shows, right?
Yeah.
A little half-hour show on the network. We've only done a couple of them, but there's a playlist called Killer Karen. It is the funniest shit, the most fun I've had doing shows in a long, long time. Just give it a watch. You'll like it. You will. I guarantee you. It's hilarious.
I have to make a point to make time for our own shows.
I know.
I am.
Yeah, because I asked him an opinion about, because I was like, okay, I wasn't sure how to take a comment we got from one of our previous people that we had on, and I'm like, did I say something? Do you think I said something? And he's just like, I don't know, I haven't watched it yet.
But
it's still up, and it's $70 plus $10 shipping.
Yep, there you go. So
like I said, though, it is the funniest thing I've done in a long time, and the most fun I've had. I mean, you guys know I'm trying to keep up with 28 shows or whatever, and but that one I have gone back. I've watched it a few times because I'm trying to think, how are we going to top this? How are we going to keep making this better? Because it is freaking hilarious, man. At least it is from the standpoint of the three of us that are doing the show. We crack up 10, 12 times during the taping of it and have to stop it and splice it back together because, and then we show all those outtakes at the end. You just see us laughing and then laughing and then laughing and then laughing. And it's like, man, like I say, it's the most fun I've had in a long time. So I really want everybody to like that show because I want to keep doing that one.
Yeah.
Killer Karen, y'all check it.
Well, we also had fun on Doc's show this afternoon. Doc popped onto the Foxhole for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Second time this week, and this within, I guess, the new season, whatever we calling it here, Madness Entertainment. But yeah, it was wild. So we were on there earlier today. So Pilled is a new format for you guys. Once people start knowing who you are here on Pilled, you're going to build up your audience here real nice. And it's going to be fun because we're not the only nerds here. And as Cosmic Grandpa and I were having a conversation with Pops earlier in one of the other shows, was like, what's the difference between a geek and a geek and a nerd?
What is it?
Okay. The nerds are geeks, but with more social skills.
Fair enough.
That's the old expression we grew up with. So
yeah.
I know you guys are babes in the woods, but it's okay.
Don't let the age fool you. I'm experienced.
I'll bet you are.
I hang out with people older than myself all the time, so I've learned a thing or two.
There you go. Yeah, but that's one sweet looking figure. I really love the Four Horsemen stuff. I didn't get deep into collecting their stuff. I was afraid to because back then, when I was like really heavy into the DC and Marvel collections, their figures were coming out at $15 and $16 a figure, and Marvel was like $7.99. DC was $7.99, $8.99. but you're talking early 2000s, before they took the figures and shrunk them down to 3 3/4 inch and charged $15 for those. So yeah, I mean, look at Super 7. He gets away with charging $15, $16, $17 for 3 3/4 inch, and they're hysterical. He's got some great stuff. I saw Bootsy from Grand Funk Railroad, Parliament Funk. I'm sorry, Bootsy's Rubber Band, who's something I grew up with. It was one of the musicians I grew up with, and they had a 3 3/4 inch, and I was going to buy it, but it was still $17.99, and I'm like, you know what? For $4.49, I can buy 3 of them compared to.
Well, Frankenstein's creature here comes in just under 8 inches tall. So, for scale purposes, if you're curious,
yeah,
where he fits in, I mean, you kind of want your Frankenstein's creature to be a little bit taller than your other figures or whatever.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
He was tore apart and sewn back together, so
yeah,
sure.
Yeah. Oh, he's got that really great autopsy scar across his chest too. So, I mean, all of that stitching that you saw on him, all that is sculpted in. It's not just painted on. It's a phenomenal sculpt, great looking figure. So, if you're thinking about it, yeah, I highly recommend picking it up if you can.
Yeah, if you say if you can, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I'm still going through a divorce, and if I didn't spend all that money on the pops, I'd pop up on the website and drop on that one. But I'm waiting for the werewolf or the Wolfman version. I'm like we already said, I'm a Wolfman, werewolf. Werewolf by Night. I actually have Hawaiian shirts that have Werewolf by Night art on it directly from the comic books. So I'll probably be wearing that on one of these shows we do later on in the season, closer to Halloween.
Yeah, there you go. Oh man,
so before you know it.
Yeah. And okay, so let's move on. I want to talk about something else here. I want to check in on a couple different things. Brutal Realm, first of all. So let me pull those figures up.
Who puts out Brutal Realm?
Brutal Realm.
Brutal Realm's own figures. Okay. Yeah. I thought that was a name of a line. I didn't know it was the name of a manufacturer.
Yeah. No, Brutal Toys is the name of the
company. There you go. Brutal
okay.
Realm is the
line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where is it? There we go. Share screen. Let's do where. Okay. Here we go. Share. Okay. So
not on screen.
Oh, right. Put it on the screen.
There you go.
Okay. So let me close this out and close that out. Okay. So this is the one I'm sharing. Okay. So they just, they recently went to, not Joe Fest. Toylanta.
Toylanta, whatever they're calling it.
Yeah. Whatever it's called. Joe Lanta. It says right here. But yeah, so they got to have their first Paint Masters shown, and so that was really cool. I mean, I just absolutely love these figures.
Yep. Yeah, they were supposed to have a few more to show, but because of the hurricane, caused some delays with some of the people that were sending them stuff. So, but they said that they will have these plus more to show at Legion's Con.
Yes.
Which is the first weekend of November.
Yep. They're just so amazing. And
they look great.
Where's the
I lost Bruce.
Rewards. Wanted to go back to the main thing. So
you want to go to
there we go.
You want to go to campaign, or are you searching for another one?
No, I want to pull this one up. Brutal Realm. Why isn't this?
There you go.
Where are they based out of?
Where are they based out of?
You got your usage agreement still on screen. There you
go. Let me see.
They may have told us on one of our past interviews with them.
I know.
They're kind of all over too, so they're not like just one.
Yeah, like one person's here, one person's there.
Yeah,
right.
They got kind of people kind of everywhere working on this thing together.
These figures are insanely articulated and detailed, and
they're still taking late pledges, so they didn't exactly close the pledging process. So just because it says campaign ended, you can actually still pick up these figures through this Kickstarter.
Yes, and if worst comes to worst and you miss it, you can always pick them up on Big Bad Toy Store. But I mean, look at that.
They're not going to be as cheap as they are right here, though. This is your best price point to get these.
Oh.
Which is, for most of them, is $36. I think the deluxe ones, I can't remember what they go up to. It's not much.
You figure in $50, all in with shipping and handling.
Yeah.
So they've knocked off characters without giving them the same name. So that's like a He-Man figure to me.
Yeah, definitely.
And believe it or not, that's their lowest numbered selling figure too. Is that one that's for whatever reason.
And Crommen is Conan. We know it's Conan.
Right.
Essentially, yeah. But he has a huge tattoo on his chest. And
Right. Look, you're a customizer. You can very quickly and easily sand that off.
Yeah. Well, actually, you don't even have to. Because of the interchangeability of these parts, there's one of the builder type characters that they have that have the same skin tone as this guy here. So you just pop that head onto one of those and you're good to go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So it's not.
These are cool.
It's. I think it's the other one. It's that one you're hovering over.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, they did a nice job with these figures. I mean, they kind of did what Marvel did when Jesse Falcon first came onto them, and they did the knockoff Mego figures. Is they did 3 different body types. They did a thin, muscular body type. They did a medium build, and they did the extra thick body type. So you got Hulk's body type, you got Wolverine's body type, and you got Spider-Man's body type, and they interchanged them and they just popped the heads on. They did something very similar with this design here, but at a much more greater detailed level. Just phenomenal.
Right.
Just phenomenal.
They didn't just stop.
I got to pop in here and say there's only one Crom, guys. There's only one.
So they didn't just stop with because these are just like the basic type of figures here. They get a lot more fancy with them here, starting with this one.
Yeah.
With different paint schemes and different overlay parts that they put on them. So the detail only amps up from this point on. And I love that they have a really great selection of diversity with different nationalities represented in this one line.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. They kept true to their artwork, which is really nice.
Yeah. That's one of the things I absolutely love.
Yeah. Now, most of these are just renders. The actual physical figures, they're coming. I've seen some prototype shots, and they're not messing around. It's going to be
definitely not
close to what you're seing here with these renders. The owl is going to be a little bit different. I think the wings are going to be a little bit bigger, they said, because they had to shrink them down to fit them on the page or whatever.
Yeah.
This guy's probably going to receive the most changes, though, with his color scheme. I think they said they couldn't do what they originally wanted to do, so they're going to go in a different direction. They've even changed some of the artwork for this one.
Yeah.
I've been trying to watch some of their other interviews on some of their other shows, so that's it's going to bring in a little bit of that over to ours.
Yeah.
This is the one I'm really excited to see when they finally start showing the
cool.
physical. Because they've only shown bits and pieces of him on with like physical prints, so they don't have all of his armor and everything done yet.
Right.
But this is the only one that's going to get a soft goods cape. So if you see all these other things on these other figures, keep that in mind. All the others, it's going to be soft plastic, kind of like how Frankenstein's creature's coat was earlier in the show. So their big bad guy, he's going to be the only one that has a soft goods cape.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that they're doing female figures too. Yep. Nice.
Yep.
Dude,
and that's Athena.
Yeah, this figure is insane. And they unlocked this just after they were on our show. So it was
they kind of broke the news that they're going to do the female builders on the past interview on our show when we had them.
Wow.
Yeah, so when they mentioned that, it was just like boom, they went and updated their site and was just like, oh, cha-ching, and then boom.
Next morning, it was funded.
The very next morning, it was fully funded and up to another tier figure. But
wow,
these figures just look so good.
Yeah. And then again, keeping with different nationalities, each one will have similarly themed. Yeah, this is the one that we wanted to talk about on our show, and
oh my god,
because they weren't sure if they were going to get that far, but I'm like, no, I want to talk about this figure so bad.
Yeah. And it's like, this is me. That's me right now. I want that figure to be me. Like that. Oh.
So let me ask you a question.
This is the unofficial tribute figure to our podcast and me.
We're going to have to get him back on the show and get him to say that.
That's funny. Look at that. That's wild.
What were you going to say,
this falls under the primal realm.
Yes.
Kind of subset.
Does it come with a lion's head?
No, I don't think so.
Don't know that it's going to come with a lion's head, but they are doing so there's a Black Panther that they're doing with the base body of the Lion Lord that we just scrolled up past and saw.
Yeah.
The art
nice.
That's going to be more so what it looks like. The artwork above was just kind of a placeholder.
Yeah.
So this is more so what it's going to look like. They're doing a wolf. And
yes.
So it's not going to have that belt. They're going to be kind of bare-bodied figures. So there's not going to be a belt. There's going to be an overlay for the shoulders to build up that hunch look.
Yeah.
And then for Monkey King, they said that they're working on another part to add to him. They didn't reveal that yet. So I'm curious as what that's going to be.
Yeah.
They did say that the crown on the head was removable. Each of the animal figures that you're seeing here are going to come with 3 different portraits. You'll get the stoic, a screaming head, and then I forget what the other one was. But they're not really going to come with any other accessories because it was late in the campaign and they were worried about funding and all that kind of stuff. So
which
each
they
of those
completely did.
Yeah.
They unlocked everything.
Way
all right, so tell me what I need to do to get that wolf figure.
Well, you can go to Kickstarter and look up Brutal Realm.
Yep.
And then you can add pledge. You select rewards, and you can scroll down, and you pledge for one figure. If it's not one of the pre-selected pledges, they're going to do a backer kit of some sort, whether it's through Backer Kit or CrowdOx or what other organization they decide to go with. And you can either add to or select your preferred figure, and then it'll go into production.
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, I got to get my hand on that one. That is awesome.
So good.
Yeah. Speaking of werewolves.
Yeah, no kidding.
It may not look exactly like this art. This just like I said, with the Panther, it's just a placeholder. So as they get updates from their artists and their team working on this stuff, they actually update that main page for that Kickstarter. So if you like what you see, go check out Brutal Realm on Kickstarter. You can still make a pledge, even though it says campaign ended. They left it open.
I'm just writing it down. Give me a second.
What was the other thing you wanted? Do you wanted to talk about what you have down here?
Yeah. So in other news here,
we can always go back to the 9 to 5 Warriors later.
Yeah. So Maestro Toys, they have they released the Blade Master Wang figure, which was the tiger. Well, they're going to do they're going to make the most of that mold apparently, because they've got a whole like wave of tigers that they want to do. This one was just shown off at one of the toy shows, Japan. I can't remember the name of that show. But you can see here it's got a different armor deco to it, and there's a new head. It's a bit darker, so it's not bright, vibrant colors like the Blade Master Wang figure is.
Yeah.
I think it looks great. I've got some other pictures here I'm going to scroll through. Oh, of course, it's going to not put me where I want to be on my image sharing here. Let's see, I showed that one. It's going to be slow. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Here we go. Here's a better shot of...
Wow. Look at the detail on that armor.
Yeah, it's crazy detailed. There's a few parts shared with it with the original figure, but I mean, it's a whole new like armor motif for it. Not only that, let's see which one. So there is an alternate head for that one, where he's got like his hair down.
Nice.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
Let me see, is that the picture? So here's some of the artwork for it. And you see this massive sword here.
That thing is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's as big as he is.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
My Zoom function ain't want to work with me. I'm sorry. Let's see. Did I save that other picture? I did not. So there was another picture that showed more of the artwork for some of the future tigers that they were planned.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go to, I'll jump over to this one here. This is one where I've shown a few times here, their dragon that they're working on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here's a little bit more of the color for the armor and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, this thing's beautiful. And I still don't think they've cut in the articulation for it, but you kind of get an idea of size there against this guy's hand. So
yeah.
It's not going to be super tall, but he's definitely thin.
Yep.
And then another one, and forgive me, I don't remember the name of this one that they're working on, but it's a female feline. And here's shown where it's the base bear figure. There's no armor put on it, but it's going to be a bunch of armor. She's it's going to be more of like a ninja type of look for this character.
Yeah. I need it.
So I think this is going to be their first female that they do. And this is Maestro Union.
Now, does the armor detach so you can swap it with other armor?
Yes, it does. To an extent. Like if you're familiar with any of their previous products with the toys, they do offer some of the figures themselves pop apart. Like if you have Veteran William, the wolf character, they have different lower thighs to where it's got like ripped pants on him, and then like the vest, all that stuff is removable, and they come with alternate parts sometimes to where you can make just like a fur animal, like the werewolf, if you just want like the bear wolf type of look.
Yeah.
Right. The furry look.
Right.
Yeah. Furry look.
They also showed off there is a hyena that they are working on.
Wow.
Oh.
So that's cool. I need
several of those too.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's a little militaristic type of looking thing that they've got going on here versus they're more like with the Blade Master Wang or the other tigers that they've done with the more traditional like Japanese type of outfit. I've got a couple more pictures of him. I gotta figure out where they were. He's got this really awesome war mask.
Whoa.
So satanic looking. Wow.
I mean, you could look at it that way, but if you look into, I mean, because he's a hyena, so hyenas live in Africa. It's a very African type of deco for a mask. Yeah. So and plus, if you look at it, if you go and look at some of those type of tribal masks that people make, they kind of make them in their own image, but exaggerated. So this kind of makes sense too, because he's a hyena, so it's gonna be more animalistic. Yeah. But it's got all the hallmark designs of some of those African masks.
For sure.
And then
my father-in-law, God rest his soul, collected those masks.
And there's a shot of him where he's got some of the gear for his back.
Are those missiles?
Yeah.
Or swords?
No, those are missiles.
Gee.
More so like what do you
RPGs.
Yes, RPGs. Thank you. So he's going to come with something to put those in. You can guarantee it.
Yeah. Wow.
I have the artwork for his accessory layout here. So.
Oh my.
Let me get on it here. So there you go. So there it is.
Wow.
Dude.
So I don't have a release date for this yet, but they're working on him. They're working on a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, they are. I got to say, this really feels like a third-party year. As far as toys go. I mean,
well, maybe not third party, more like independent toy companies.
Yeah.
Independent. Yeah.
We definitely try to spotlight some of these lesser known things, because everybody's got a toy show and everybody does the popular DC, Marvel, what have you. So we try to shine the light on, the underdog, I guess.
Yeah.
The Maestro Union doesn't have the market cornered on tigers, though. There's another tiger in town. So this one popped up this past weekend.
Yeah.
Medi Toys, never heard of them.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody else has. Maybe they can chime in the comments. But this is more so along the lines, I think, of like cartoon video game representation because of the way it looks. But I love the way this one looks. Yeah. This one has such a great design. And that pose that you could get him in. That's
insane.
Yeah. And then here is some other gear for him. That helmet. So this is not the first time I've seen this, I guess this figure, this body. The next one I'm going to share here is, this popped up on my radar a few months ago. And Dustin, I remember sharing this picture in private with you.
Yeah.
Going, man, look at this thing. So
heck yeah.
That's what this turned into. Like,
yeah.
Of course, he's got a different helmet on.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see a variant that's green with yellow stripes on him. Maybe.
Right.
That's awesome.
If not official, I know some customizers that'll probably do it.
Yeah.
But he
See, that's the great.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's the great thing about these figures. Their interchangeable parts make it so much more usable for people like us that customize. Because I know, Zombie, just watching you guys over the last several weeks, I know you do your own custom work.
Yeah.
Mike making your molds. We had that conversation. You make your own heads, your own body parts. God bless. I never had the ability to make molds. I was always one-offs, and everything was a one-off. I mean, I customized a Batman figure real quick. I want to show you this. I did a figure for a friend of mine who's one of the Dilly Meme team. He's actually the head of the Dilly Meme team. It's Magical Trevor, and he did a Batman Trump figure cartoon in memes. So I found a head that was perfect to interchange. So I bought a couple of these, and I got a couple of these body types. And I don't have the pictures here of the one that I already made, the first one I made, because I gave that to him as a present. But I already started painting this one, with the mask that represents, the Trump man, as he calls him. So, but if you look at it, it goes on. It's pretty damn close. And I swapped out the head on this one, and I painted the giant T bat on his chest. It was a T with bat wings on it, and I sent that to him as a present. So I'm making one for myself now because I gave the first one away.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, no,
But that's what's nice about these. These are amazing. You can do your own heads. You can do your own, weapons. I mean, Zombie, you and your sword are fucking amazing. The stuff that you've done.
Yeah. Where am I? There we go. The Sword Horseman.
There you go.
This is my only official factory made piece that I helped inspire the Horseman to make. So
yeah.
I'm sure there will be others.
But I don't know. Time will tell. But yeah, I do a bunch of customizing and stuff. I the only reason why I started making molds and everything was because I could only get one of some figure, or maybe it was a part from an older figure that I didn't want to try tracking down and spending, a whole bunch of money for just one part. So I would make a copy of that part to use.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. Bring it back up, Dustin. I got one last thing I want to bring up.
We got to get to the gobos.
Yes, these little bastards.
Wow.
Another offering from Medi Toys. I don't know when these are going to be announced for pre-order, and I don't know where, but I'm suspecting 5K Toys will probably carry these.
Yeah, and I need them.
If they do, if it's through 5K Toys, they're probably going to offer like a bundle for all three of them, and they'll probably include some type of little bonus if you pre-order the bundle.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'll definitely keep you updated whenever I find out more about these, but I love the way these look. They're
and they look fantastic.
Yeah. And the scale of these, they're not going to be as tall as some of the other figures. So that's always good because you think goblins, like they're smaller or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, even with the Four Horsemen's goblins, like these look quite a bit more articulated and I don't know.
Oh, for sure. These look, you can see on the one, he's got a butterfly joint there.
Right.
So, or some type of joint of some kind. It might be one of those socket joints like on the McFarlane figures that he's doing with that, that extra ring, and it's on a barbell or whatever. I love that design for shoulders, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah.
Wasn't it the little G.I. Joe figures that started that? With the ball sockets like that originally? But with rubber bands.
Yeah. I mean, it's maybe... The first time I noticed it was on one of the McFarlane Fortnite figures.
Right. But he got that from the G.I. Joes. The original G.I. Joe figures, a 3 3/4 inch with the rubber band holding the joints together, but there was ball socket, the shoulder actually rotated. And that was the first time I remember seeing that on a figurine anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's a new design. I just don't think a lot of people have utilized it until now. Like it's really caught on.
Yeah,
it's expensive to make. It's expensive to make because of how detailed the tooling has to be, and pop them in.
Yeah, because what are these? What are these called? Why am I not remembering this? The Dragon Ball Z stuff.
Bandai. Or Jack specific? Jack specific or Bandai?
SH Figure Arts.
There you go.
That's what I was trying to remember. Like they have those they have those like interesting joints where it's like partially, and I don't know, here's a shoulder and then here's a armor piece and then it just keeps moving. I don't know.
That's very articulated.
Yeah. I mean, because he gets in crazy like poses like that, and I don't know. This isn't probably the best example because I just grabbed the first one that came out. But exit. There we go. But yeah.
Very cool. I'm having fun with this, you guys. I appreciate you guys doing the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Brings me back to my roots.
So let me touch on one last thing before we wrap up here. Let me go to present, share screen, share, and I want to take us back to the 90s real quick. And gotta pop this up here. All right. So, oh, nope, that's the wrong window. Here we go. Choose your side. You have the water cooler commandos and the break room bandits, so to speak. And these feel very much like the old food fighters. And they already had the first wave of figures that came out, and those funded and they were great. And now they're on Kickstarter. They're on their second Kickstarter for Wave 2. And in Wave 2, let's see if I can. Let's see. Where's the? Here's the. Meet the Commandos.
Introducing the Water Cooler Commandos. This ragtag group of office supplies puts in the overtime to maintain peace. Led by the fearless Major Eraser, codename Eradicator. A supply known to never make a mistake, only fix them. Standing tall by his side, Lieutenant Lead, codename Quick Draw. Don't be fooled by his eraser head. He's as sharp as a tack and will gladly use one if he has to. Next in command is Tech Sergeant Scotchy, codename Mr. Fix-It. The commandos are only as strong as the tape that binds them, making Scotchy the perfect supply for any job. Designed to use standard issue tape rolls. Tape roll not included.
Hey!
Introducing Brigadier Bouncy, codename Bouncy.
That's clever.
He's the explosive specialist.
Wait, which end was the fuse again?
Finally, Break Room Bandit Deserter Corporal Can, the eyes and ears of the operation, codename Scaredy Can.
I wouldn't say I'm scared, just allergic to conflict.
He and his nutty spies keep the commandos in sync, making those pesky bandits go bye, bye, bye. Don't get your staples all in a bunch, my lad. Choose your side as these 9-to-5 warriors battle for total office domination. Each figure sold separately. When you punch out, they come punching in.
Well done.
Yeah.
Okay. I like Scotchy.
I know.
Right? So do I. In fact, you can actually put a roll of tape in him and use him as a full-on tape dispenser as well.
No,
I have one right here.
No. I was waiting for the Dolly Parton figure.
What
Oh,
did you
God, where's the Dolly Parton figure?
It's not that 9-to-5 pops.
It's a lot nicer than this old piece of junk sitting on my desk.
There you go.
You can send that. You can send one of those to Bruce and let him modify it for us. I want the Dolly Parton 9-to-5 warrior.
Well, and let's see. There's you might find. Let's see. How do I get out of this part? I don't want to do that.
Can't help you there. I hit the back button.
Yeah. There we go. Oh, but I stopped sharing the whole thing.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
Yeah, I would get Scotchy just because he can be a real tape dispenser.
Right. Exactly.
That is so cool.
Very fun.
We've had him on the show before, and he was a real fun dude to talk to, and I just like Like, look at that figure right there.
Nope,
Oh,
you're not
am I still not on the screen?
Yeah.
Dang it.
There you go.
Okay. Now, where was I? Okay. So,
which one are you talking
the
about?
sugar chick. Where'd she go? Where?
I mean, she's down at the bottom in that picture there.
What's her name?
I don't. That's the thing. I'm really bad with names. I'm not gonna remember.
Right there. She's down in the bottom next to the potato chip guy.
Yeah. So right here, I mean, this dude is so cool. He's 3 different figures all stacked up in one. But that chick, that could be your 9 to 5.
Oh, a simple repaint.
Yeah, you can modify her to be Dolly Parton, no problem.
Yeah.
I want to go back to Dr. Pringle though. Go back to Dr. Pringles. What's up with the potato chip dude?
The potato chip dude is actually probably one of their best sellers. Actually,
he looks like he came straight out of a can of Pringles, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's some really fun things. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe I have to go to shop.
Yeah, even one of the pencils has like bite marks on the end of it.
Yeah.
There was a tab that said meet the warriors.
Yeah. No, so Tech Sergeant Scotty, but here's the this is technically an opener of so in other words, the package is damaged. But you can get this, and it comes in like 3 different pieces. And so he's Commodore Crisps is his name. And let's see, where is he?
That's what they call potato chips across the pond.
Crisps. Yeah. Where's the back button? Here we go. Meet the bandits.
Introducing the Break Room Bandits. These rotten bunch of leftovers want nothing more than to see the office crumble. Led by the evil mastermind, Colonel Custard, codename Mad Doe. Colder than the frappe originally ordered with him, he's hell-bent on taking revenge on wasteful humans.
Reduce, reuse, revenge.
Keeping the bandits in check is Specialist Sugar, codename Unknown. Just don't call her Sweetie, because this beauty is a beast.
Don't mistake my sweetness for weakness.
Known to shapeshift her way out of any situation. When the battle begins, the commandos better dissolve her fast. Always lurking in the shadows, waiting for his chance to be number 1 is number 2, codename Shredder. Although he's an office supply at first look, he's as rotten as the food that surrounds him. He and Lieutenant Led may stem from the same pencil, but these broken ends will never mend again.
Hello, brother. Glad you've come to fight. Looks like we're finally on the same page.
Handling reconnaissance is Commodore Crisps, codename Stacks. His evil minions can be in multiple places at once, perfect for sneaking around Commando's forces. Once I pop, we can't be stopped. Ha-ha! Looks like you're outnumbered. Rising from the bottom of the trash comes Sergeant Spore, codename BLT, Big Load of Trouble. This brute force follows Custard's every command without question. Okay, maybe a few questions. After all, his specialty is crunching pencils, not numbers.
What do you think of my commando disguise, boss?
I should have let you rot.
When the sheets hit the fan, will you punch into overtime or will you clock out for good? Choose your side as these 9 to 5 warriors battle for total office domination. Each figure sold separately. When you punch out, they come punching in.
I like the hat on the sandwich.
I just love it. They're so cool. But anyway, I will stop sharing there because I mean they've done so much. They even have nope.
I like that. That's some funny shit.
Yeah.
So is that an ongoing Kickstarter or is this what
it is a Kickstarter. They just started a couple days ago.
Okay.
So yeah. If you want to get in on those, you can probably hit up them on Kickstarter. 9 to 5 Warriors. But
I'll tell you, you could blow an entire paycheck just on all the independent Kickstarters that are out there going on. Right. I mean, $70 for the Frankenstein, and then you got this office supply set and your, knockoff, figurines, the Crowman and all those guys. That right there is good, almost $1,000 worth of figures if I were to go out and try and buy them right now, the ones that I wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
You definitely have to pick and choose what you want.
Yeah.
And that's why we have to be careful as collectors. It's like we know we can't do that. So
right. I mean, like I said, I had to trade
important things.
I traded to get the Frankenstein Screecher. So
yeah.
Right, but just think about this. I mean, McFarlane puts out 70 figures one line a year, right? So Batman, he puts out 70 figures a year for the Batman line. So it's Batman, it's Joker, it's the DC line, okay? It's Superman, it's all 70 figures. Now, are you going to go out and collect every single one of them? No.
Not me.
No, you can't. You just physically can't.
Right.
You'd have to have an entire house the size of a mansion to be able just to store it. I mean, I've got just on my back wall, there's at least 20 freaking pop vinyls, and they're commercial. But to find stuff like this on the Kickstarter campaigns, the really unique individual stuff that's highly detailed, super exclusive, that's the type of stuff that I like. I just can't afford. Because I would buy every single one of them I'd want.
I know, right?
Yeah. Like all the stuff that I shared earlier, like there's no way I'd be able to get it. Like all those tigers that they're going to plan on making. Like I'm fine with the first one that I got. He's going to suit my purposes just fine. Do the other ones look great? Oh, absolutely.
If you're making if you're army building and you're doing a diorama and you've got a whole basement that you can put out on a big old pool table and you put some slab of plywood down and you build up on that and you make yourself a diorama, that's one thing. So that I could see if somebody wanted to go all out like that. And I know people who have. Mm-hmm. I know guys that have done freaking G.I. Joe battles in their basement. And because the displays are so freaking big, they can't even bring them out of the basement because they built them in place.
Yeah. Good night, Grandpa.
Good night.
Cosmic, thanks, Cosmic Grandpa. Appreciate you, brother. So, yeah, we did a show Sunday night. We had a couple of our buddies on from the Pill.net channel. Some Q conspirator... I don't know, what would you call them? Not QAnons, I guess, because if you're following Q, we call each other Q-tarded if we get into it. We're just getting Q-tarded again. I don't know. But yeah, so we have fun with that. But that's what we had on Sunday night. We should have you guys on too. Come on the show and geek out with us.
Yeah.
Now, Friday, we also had Aaron Moriarty from Truth Quest.
Another buddy of mine, yes.
On the show, okay? So we're really trying to do a lot of crossover stuff with the people that are already on Pilled, with Cosmic and with Bruce's people, and just get known over there, right? Yeah. It's networking, guys. That's how I built this whole thing. When I came out here 5 years ago, nobody knew who the fuck I was. I was nobody. Okay, nothing. I had nothing behind me. There was no, hey, look at my body of work. There was nothing. Okay, nobody knew who I was. And 5 years later, I like to think that there's a lot more people know who I am than I think.
It's wild because, like, I was just talking about this with the guys earlier. Earlier in the week, but it's like we're moving into season 6. We have 6 past seasons of content and things we've done and talked about to the point where I don't even remember it. Where it's like, did we talk about that? And someone in our comments is like, yeah, you did on this episode. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Yeah. I guess we did.
I'm having that same issue with Dave now. We're getting close to 100 episodes and I don't know what else to show off. You know what I mean? I mean, I think we just did X-Men. I think I did X-Men again,
right?
A couple weeks ago, a box of X-Men, because I don't know what I'm pretty sure I've gone through all mine. You know.
Yeah.
But you have to think about it as it's going to be something different every time because you're going to look at something in a new light, in a new haul, like he said. So you get.
I'll be honest with you. Sometimes comment for this show, the content for this show is like I told Dustin. Sometimes all week would go by, and I'm telling him I don't know what we're going to talk about Monday, and then the weekend will happen, and all of this stuff will get revealed. I'm going, yep, I'm saving that. I'm saving that. I'm saving that.
That literally just happened this weekend. We had nothing to talk about on as of Friday. And then the weekend happened, and we were just like, oh, geez, we have so much to talk about.
Like, the only thing that I had was this.
Yeah.
and see, the whole thing, though, is like what I'm kind of saying. It's like now we're branching over into each. Like, I need Bruce come out on the show-offs. I need Dustin come out on the show-offs. Give us something new to look at and talk about that we can play off of, because we're out of fucking ideas. It's like, I'm gonna have Bruce on just so we can talk about Batman. You know what I mean? And we'll go through Batman again. I'm sure I didn't show it all, but we've done a Batman show or 2 or 3.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Dave has tons of the omnibus type stuff. He's got some of these like huge books that you set in your lap, and he's like showing them to us, right?
That's cool. I just finished my Werewolf by Night omnibus. There's volume 1 and volume 2, and I couldn't find volume 1 forever. And I finally found somebody who had it at a reasonable price.
What's up, Steve B?
And so I was able to pick it up. But it turns out the guy was out of New Jersey, and I was dealing with a guy out of California. I had a guy in Texas. Everybody had the book, but everybody had the book at like $180. I'm like, I'm not spending that.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm in the middle of a divorce. Half of these books are going to wind up being sold anyway. Werewolf by Night will be my personal collection that I'll keep, but I'm going to have to,
buy them so I have less money for her to take. Damn it.
Oh boy. Well, as far as like going on other shows and everything, I've got a very chaotic schedule. But if I can slide in for a little while, I definitely will.
Anytime.
We go Sunday night, 7:00 Big Apple time, 4:00 avocado time, 6:00 what do I call it, Mountain time, and then 5:00 Mountain time, 6:00 barbecue time. Just the time zones. I've given them nicknames.
Yeah.
But we have fun. Sunday nights is cool because we just chill out. We don't talk politics at all. But I do want to point something out because it's come to my attention several times today alone. The Teamsters have gone on strike. So and it's affecting the toy industry right now because there was an article by the TIA. Okay, you know who TIA is? Toy Industry Association.
Mm-hmm.
TIA is Toy Industry Association. So that the executive director of TIA just
in 1 minute, and the longshore workers also
right. And so they're concerned with the holiday rush that if these Teamsters go on strike, all the trucking unions are going to shut down. All the ports are going to shut down. You've got toys that are already sitting in containers waiting to go out to the toy stores, to the vendors. They're not going anywhere. That shit's going to be sitting on docks for fucking months unless they come through with a contract negotiation. And you ain't going to see...
Needs to happen.
You ain't going to see Camoto or Pedo Joe get off their ass to do anything about it.
Hey, Wawa,
it needs to happen because I need my Thundercat castle.
I got a whole wall of Star Wars figures back there in the package on the wall. A whole fucking wall of them.
Yeah. But it's not going to go anywhere. That stuff's going to be sitting in the ports, sitting in at the docks for months if they don't get the strike resolved. Yeah. I give it 2 weeks. But if you haven't gone out and gone shopping yet, you may want to do so tomorrow. I just picked up 10 pounds of beef today. I went out this morning and I went out to my local butcher because I eat kosher meat, being Jewish. I went out to the kosher butcher out in Plainview and I picked up 10 pounds of beef. I got steak, I got chopped meat, I got small chops just to have it because I'm a meat eater. I'm
a meatitarian.
A meatitarian, exactly.
So, okay, we'll have to take you up on that. Message me and we'll work out the details. We'll have you on sometime and we'll talk all your Star Wars figures and stuff. I'm a big Star Wars guy too, so.
So you're talking to Wawa 2222?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Wawa 2222. I'd like to see your collection. That sounds like fun.
I have something I want to show Kaz here real quick.
I think Cosmic jumped off, but put it up. I'll tell him to watch it in the reruns.
Well, I got something. Well, it's more actually for you, Bruce.
Okay.
You know what this is, right?
Death Star.
Yeah.
Nice.
Watch this, buddy.
Oh, it's a grinder.
Oh, nice.
I love it.
Death Star grinder. And it's pretty good. It looks pretty good too, you know.
Yeah, they did a nice job on the detail. Yeah, China makes all kinds of shit, man. It pisses me off. We need to start bringing the manufacturing back to the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, you've got customizers that make better stuff. And yeah, look at that. I have a 3D printer printing hovering over. Yeah. So Wawa 222220. Yeah.
I've definitely got some stuff.
Can't make it out, Pops. Can't make it out. Back it up.
Come on, focus.
$79.99? $79.99 or $19.99? I can't tell.
$19.
Yeah, $20.
Okay. So for the Death Star grinder, $20. That's not bad. But that's because it's made in China.
Three-part Death Star China. It's even got the little thing in the bottom for collecting the key.
I do have a Discord.
I do not.
Be in my Linktree. I'll have to double check, but I'll send you something.
The cool thing is this thing is like it's magnetized, bro. Watch.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's nice.
Drop it on your keyboard. That'll help. But yeah, it sucks it right in as soon as it gets close.
Yeah, I gotta find my grinder. I don't know what the hell I put it. I was trying to grind some stuff up today to put into the new pipe and the vaporizer, and I couldn't find it. And so I found a jar that I thought I labeled properly, but I must have mislabeled it. I think it's indica because I can't keep my fucking eyes open. I'm fighting to keep my eyes open. I'm like, shit, that was indica. I'm going to pass out tonight.
Black ones for sleeping, brown ones for being awake. You got to keep it separated.
Coffee colored for awake, black for blackout.
Yeah, black is for sleeping. You got them containers.
Yeah.
15 green ones that are just kind of, they say it's one or the other, but I'm smoking. It's like, it's just the middle of the road weed. You know what I mean? I keep my stuff in mason jars.
Mm-hmm. And I labeled this so I know what it is and when it's from. Problem is, it's Kush from 2022. But I think it's mixed with something else, and I'm fighting to keep my eyes open right now. So I'm like, fuck. I think it's indica.
The longer you have it,
right,
it turns more cannabinol. No matter what kind it is, the longer you have it, it drifts toward that. So you're gonna get sleep. Once it's past a certain point, it's sleep weed, no matter what it is.
Yeah. I'm bumming because I have other things to do. Oh.
Well, I was gonna say, Dustin, what do you keep in jars?
Well, I have
I'm keeping skulls in jars apparently.
Yeah, no, I have I went to a dollar store and got these little jars and filled them up with what are they, water beads, and put water in them. So they expanded and they're just looking like red, green, yellow, white bubbles and stuff in there, and I put them in my display and to use in some of my photos. So I was pretty excited about that.
But we don't have the fun stuff like y'all do. We
This is the Christmas stash. Okay, because the month of December, you don't want to have to worry about buying weed when you got to buy gifts for people and all that other shit, right?
Right.
So every time I buy some weed during the year, I'll put a little bit away for Christmas. And there's like 20 different kinds of weed in this jar. It's like just got a little bud of this, a little bud of that, a little bud of this, a little bud of that. It's my Christmas stash.
Oh, you're too funny.
Also, if you guys don't know, we do a thing in Madness called the Christmas Unboxing Challenge, where we do not unbox anything all month long. We all come out after the kids do their thing on Christmas morning. We all come out together and open our shit together like a bunch of kids online live.
That's cool. Yeah.
I call it the Great Unboxing Challenge, and it's hard. It's hard, man. Some people can't go till Christmas to unbox their shit. As soon as they get it, they want to rip it open, right? Bunch of kids. Show a little restraint, bro. I've done it 2 years in a row now where I haven't opened anything I got the whole month of December.
Wow.
On Christmas morning or Christmas noontime, Once the kids got their stuff open, then it's like, free game. Come out, have a good time. So think about the challenge, guys. I know you guys get stuff. It's hard, but it's a madness challenge for everybody.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'll actually have anything to open.
Yeah, that's what I say every year too. And then I end up with like 10 comics, a bunch of Gemini sitting here that I'm going, God, I want to read that one. I know what that is. I want to read it. And I can't open it yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 years in a row. It's got me both times. So, but it's fun. It's fun, especially when other people join in. That's what this is all about, man. Networking with each other, getting to know each other.
Yeah.
That leads to promoting each other. You become friends, you collaborate together. You would not believe how many collaborations from creators have come from meeting in the madness or on a show. They met each other on the madness, end up working together. It happens all the time. Doc's doing stuff for Chris right now. It's that kind of stuff happens all the time here. So that's what we're doing, guys. We're building a network, and that's what we want you to do, is network with each other. I'm going to get out of here. I'll be watching because I got to go turn off the Rumble as soon as this thing's over. Rumble won't shut off by itself. They make you hang out to the end of the show and then go over there and shut it off.
And I got to get in the shower and get my ass to bed. I'm falling asleep here, so.
Yeah. I don't think I had anything else. You?
Good night, everybody.
I'm done. I'm good. We're good to go. I'll wrap it up and
put a bow on it, Dustin.
Let it run for a minute longer. I'll take care of it. Just go ahead when you're done. I'll take care of it. You're good.
All right. Until next time, I've been Dustin and Thunder Nerds Ho.
God bless everybody. Peace out from Batman.
Oh no, did he just
We're still live. You got to say goodbye, zombie.
He just checked out on you like later. No, go ahead and say goodbye.
Say goodbye, zombie.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I can't stop this. There he is.
Pop said he was going to take care of it.
Yeah.
So
you guys don't have an outro or anything that you play at the end?
We just play the intro again.
Oh,
so it's playing right now. They can't hear us?
No,
they can hear us. No, they can definitely hear us.
Hi, guys.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.
How do you end this?